Hello, welcome in. Is my mic working? Oh no, it's echoing. Why am I hearing myself? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, it's fixed. Yeah, technical issues already. Yeah. Start thinking, yep, real. Um, yeah, I tend to get up just in time to get up, get out of bed, walk to my class, and sit down in class just before it starts. So, yeah. There's I can't remember where I saw it, but somebody had posted somewhere uh, Newton's lesser known fourth law: a student in bed will remain in bed until acted upon by a great enough panic. Quite true. Yeah, it'll be good to get my degree and be finished. So yeah, today we're just gonna be building a space station. I started this a while back. I should be able to actually build it today. I did all the design work before. So yeah. Um oh, law school. Yeah, you've got a lot. You've got a lot ahead. Okay, let's why is there we go. Yeah, Godspeed, real. Yeah, law, pre-med, and there's one more. I can't remember it right now. Though, like, I just really admire the dedication of people who can do that. All right. Resume. Should get that up. Okay. Oh, majoring in math. Ooh. Me and math don't get along well, as we've talked about before. Every time, yeah. Yep. I bet. It's a grind. Is everything working audio-wise? Or did my computer break again? Yeah, real. I don't know, like, the way they make you learn math, right? You're never going to have to do math that way in engineering. Like, if I'm designing something, right, as an engineer, I'm going to be able to use Wolfram Alpha if I have to solve a problem manually. But you'll probably have design software to do all the math for you anyway. So, like, you're never going to have to integrate a thing manually. It's frustrating. Okay, I think everything's working. Open. So yeah, this is the space station that we will be building. Should do them from hand since you... I mean, I get why they want you to know how to do them by hand, but I know I'm gonna make a mistake before the computer does. Like, nothing human can ever be completely error-free, but if you make me integrate something, it's gonna have a lot more errors than anything done by a computer. Okay, everything good here. I think so. Got the jets on all these modules. All right, so yeah, this is the space station we're going to be building. Is my mic still broken? I don't know. Okay, okay, good. So yeah, um, let's go ahead and get the first launch ready to go. Yeah. See, here I do basic math. I have this button on my keyboard. It brings up a calculator, and I can just use my calculator. Okay, so this is the station core. Let's go ahead and send it. Oh, I know. Like, I just wish, like, for the math exams here, they won't let you use calculators, and it's frustrating. It's like I'm never gonna have to do this manually in any career except as a mathematician. Like, please let me use a calculator. But no, no, no. Okay. Launchpad is selected. Let's fly. Yeah, that's fair. Why did my bitrate just tank? Uh-oh. OBS isn't dropping frames. Okay, it was just random. Whatever. Okay. Once this loads, if this loads, I did not. I ended up sleeping. My sleep schedule is not good right now, and I need to fix it because classes are starting. Yeah. Yeah, I went to bed at like 10 a.m. last night. So I don't even know if you could call it a sleep schedule at this point. Okay, let's get this thing set up for a 300-mile orbit. Should we put it in polar orbit or lunar transfer? Because I was considering sending this to the moon. The polar orbit's really cool. Let's see. What would a lunar transfer look like? I have not heard anything from Mud since a few days ago when I said he was planning on streaming tomorrow. The last I heard from him was, I think, that message. Yeah, on the 8th, I should be good for tomorrow. So, I don't know. Maybe he'll stream tomorrow. Because obviously he doesn't do Sundays. He could also be trying to be finished that video that he's been working on. Flight time, 3.5 days. Let's send it to a lunar. No. Because then I can't. I want the polar orbit. I don't know. Uh, lunar. Oh no, there's crew in here. Why is there crew in here? I have to revert anyway. Okay, so polar orbit. We're doing lunar. I want to go lunar. Yeah. I would suspect that he is probably working on finishing that video that he said he was almost done with. If he doesn't stream tomorrow, I'll probably message him again. Okay, crew. Get the crew out of there. There we go. Now launch. We still on Slick 40? Yep, Slick 41. Cool. Yeah, this is true. Maybe he got a second wave of whatever it was. This bug that's been going around is nasty. This is true. This is true. But more crazy than normal, I guess we could say. Alright. Let's warp to the next launch window. Oh, it's going to be a night launch. I don't like that. It's real. Yeah, I want a day launch, not a night launch. Mini muds. Wait, what the heck? What did it just do? Yeah. I want a daylight launch. I want a day launch. What about an evening launch? That could work. There are no daylight launch windows for the moon. I guess we're just gonna have to do a night launch. I'll revert to launch so we don't lose those 3 days. Is my mic doing the thing again? Nope, looks fine. I don't know. Nathan won't send me Boxley. We need to go to Canada and retrieve Boxley. Boxley is being held hostage by Nathan. I know. One of these days, I am planning a trip to drive up to the Arctic Ocean and live stream the whole thing. And I thought it would be funny to reach out to Matt and plan this all ahead of time with Matt, but stop by Nathan's house and surprise him on stream and just show up. I would need to get Matt and Q in on it before I could do it. But I thought that would be really funny. Because I would actually go right through there on my way up to the Arctic Ocean. Okay, let's... warp. We're just gonna do the night launch. Arg! I wanted 29 degrees. Ah. Ugh! Stupid. Where to launch? I keep warping too far. I promise this rocket's gonna launch. It will launch. Half the issue is KSP is just so slow. Alright, 29 degrees. Yep, the orbit's correct. I'm not gonna use the auto warp this time. Look, I just want Boxley. Alright, 29 degrees. We're almost there. Oh, it'll be a sunset launch. Okay, that works. We'll launch into sunrise. Ignition. Liftoff. Assembly building. I think I throttled down the core at 2 minutes. Back into sunrise, that's back into the sunset, that's so cool. wow. It wasn't a tower side engine, was it? Engine 1, that's the opposite of tower side, right? Yep, yep. All right, 2 minutes, core stage throttle down. Fairing jettison is going to look pretty cursed. Yeah, this is true. I wonder if would the real Saturn have had that logic? Because LVDC++ is pretty... up on booster separation. Ah! I forgot to turn that off. I didn't want that fairing to auto jettison. Shut down side core SIP. Center engine throttle up. And we should have dumped that fairing now. Yeah, just some mild clipping on the fairing. It doesn't like the extended fairing. What was that? Oh, that was that fairing. Here we go. Load reactor jettison. Centaur ignition. All right, time for some time acceleration. I think everyone who watches Nathan's streams is a little bit crazy. This is an interesting trajectory. it's gonna work out, though. Standing by for shutdown. Shutdown. All right. Core is in orbit. Do we have... We do have RCS. What's the keys for forward aft again? There we go. Now let's get all of the radiators online. Oof. I wonder what's going to happen with Crew 11. I know they're coming home early, but I wonder how that's going to play out for space station scheduling. Okay, core is in orbit. All right. Perfect. We don't have... Oh, we do have reaction wheels. Cool. Perfect. Okay, so... third stage, loss of control. It always seems to be the upper stages. I don't know. Okay, so core stage, I need to make a save here. Actually, let's deorbit the Centaur. We clean up our space junk, people. Maybe they should work on their third stage. That should do it. Drop the third stage in the Pacific. Maneuver planner. Execute next maneuver. Okay. Warp to the next maneuver here. Standing by for ignition. Ignition. Shut down. Why did my game just lag? There we go. All right, let's watch it get destroyed in the atmosphere. I like watching stuff deorbit. How many stages does that thing have? All right. Why did my game lag? I went map. There we go. Tracking station. We'll just go to tracking station. Okay, so that's the station. Is RCS still disabled on that? It should be. Oh, the 4 stages is spin stable. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, why would you have 4 stages for that thing? Some kind of solid kick motor, I guess. Okay, cool. Space Center. 4 stage. That seems overkill for an Earth orbital vehicle. Or, no, wait, it goes to Geo, right? I guess that's not overkill for Geo. So is the 4th stage like, does it circularize at geo altitude, or is that the kick motor to get into GTO? I need to actually go to just the Space Center. Oh, stage 4 is liquid. Wait, all 4 stages are liquid? Because stage 3 is spin stabilized solid, right? Okay. All right, let's warp. Let's warp a month. We'll launch the next module on day 30. And I also need to make a save now that the core is in orbit. One and three are solid, okay. So then 4 would have some kind of D-spin thing. So then is 3 a kick stage to GTO? Also from 41. Yep, Slick 41. Launch. So stage 3 is not spin stabilized? So there's no spin stabilized stages. I love M&Ms. Arg! Put crew in there again. I need to keep checking that. Oh. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look this up later. Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to use 3 stages just to get to orbit. Okay, get the crew out of there. Now launch. Okay, I'm looking this up. Was... Okay, so you've got solid strap-ons. Are they calling the boosters a first stage? No. Interesting. Oh, launch profile. Okay, here we go. Oh wow, okay. So it is the 4th stage makes orbit. Wow. How big is that 4th stage? Oh, okay. That reminds me of the Delta 2 upper stage. Oh, good. This is the asymmetrical one. We love the Atlas V with a single solid rocket booster. What the heck? That's a long time. Wow. That's crazy. Alright, 250-mile orbit. Keep limited throttle over 47%, because that's the core stage limit. Launch into plane of target. Launch to target LEN. Alright. So the third stage lost control, and then the fourth stage couldn't recover. Okay. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Booster ignition and liftoff. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's not supposed to do that. Okay, it's not supposed to do that. Okay, well... I wonder if it had the wrong control point. Very true. Very true. That was a Boeing moment. Yeah, protoned it. That video of the proton that just lifts off and then turns over and flies straight into the ground is crazy. Yeah, I made a land torpedo. An unintentional land torpedo. Okay, if I'd paid attention, I would have noticed that. It is the wrong control point. I need the avionics module to be control from here. Okay, there we go. Now it thinks it's pointing up and not down. It thought it was pointing straight into the center of the Earth. Okay, that's all set up. Launch into plane of target. Launch to target LEN. Engage autopilot. Yeah, it's funny. When your rocket guidance thinks it's pointed straight down, it doesn't work right. It's a mystery. Yeah, I wonder why. Ignition. Booster ignition and liftoff. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. Went from the wrong launch pad, but I don't care. Yep. We finally launched up instead of down. see if we make orbit, though. Sometimes it's staging, it messes up. After this gets to orbit, I'll find that video of the Proton that did the thing. Might have it downloaded, actually. Booster separation. I'm gonna time accelerate a little bit here. I don't want to wait 8 minutes while this thing gets to orbit. Minutes 30 seconds. I'll probably send the fairings off at about 4 minutes. Maybe 3:30 even. We'll send the fairings off at 3 minutes 30 seconds. Fairing separation. It was pretty cursed looking. Okay, core throttle down. Let's see if we get through staging. Yay! Ignition. I think we're pretty much home free. As I say that, it's gonna do something dumb. How are we doing in the map view? Looks pretty good for launching onto an intercept trajectory. About 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to orbit, and I'm time warping, so less than that. And I don't think I have reaction wheels on this, so I will have to use RCS. Seconds. Shut down. We are in orbit. Yeah, it thinks that this direction is forward, looking that way, which explains the other thing. Okay, we have control. Now I need radiators. Extend solar panels. And I need to save. We'll also extend the docking probe. Save. And I need to now look at where this module goes, because I forgot to take a screenshot of the space station. And I need to make sure that I dock this module to the right port. I wish KSP didn't load so slowly. All right. Open. Serenity Station. Okay. So this module is what we just launched. And it goes on the port by the EVA hatch. Okay. I'm gonna screenshot this actually, so that I can reference it. Okay. Minimize that. Leave. Now we'll go back to orbit. Tracking station. Okay. It's this guy. All right, we are back to orbit here. It's warm, but it's not boiling. What's the temperature? 70 C. Not bad, not bad. My laptop does not like the combination of KSP plus OBS. All right. Let's go ahead and get a rendezvous planned here. Rendezvous autopilot. No, rendezvous planner. Okay. Intercept with Holman transfer. these need... I think these need to be forward by throttle. Yeah. This might not work right. I might have to burn manually, unfortunately. All right, we've got a while on phasing. About a day and a half in a phasing orbit. Okay, remove all nodes. Intercept with Hellman. Let it auto warp. Hopefully this works. I don't know if it will, since it doesn't know that there's an engine that exists. It will. Perfect. I'm gonna have to do the braking manually, though. Okay. We should be on an intercept trajectory. Maneuver planner. Where is it? Fine-tune closest approach to target. There we go. Go 150 meters away. Rendezvous info. Closest approach, 775 meters. Huh. I don't know. I haven't tried the latest one. It's actually been a while since I've messed with that add-on. Really good add-on, though. Closest approach distance. Okay. 157 meters. Okay. About a minute out. About a minute out, we'll start braking. Match velocities. Interesting. Here's my target. Okay. I think it's at around 3 kilometers it renders in. Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably message Brian about it. Okay, it's loading in. There we go. We'll start breaking it about 45 seconds. Go. We're moving too fast. Here's the station. Yeah. Okay. So that didn't go quite as well as I hoped. Flew right past. I need to start braking earlier. Start braking at around 2 minutes next time. Still savable. Got plenty of propellant. That wasn't ideal. Overshot it by 0.75 kilometers. Okay. Let's turn target plus. Where is my thing? There we go. Let's move in at, I don't know, 2 meters per second. There we go. We're moving in now. I need to get within 150 meters. There we go. Welcome in. We are building a space station in RSS, and I just kind of blew the braking a little bit. Translation, no, not translation. I want 0 RML, there we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now, where are we going? It's this port. Control from here, okay. All right, docking autopilot. Docking autopilot. 1 meter per second is the limit. override, we'll go 50 meters. We'll go, Well, I don't know where. I just started streaming like a couple months ago. This is the second module. The other one, the one that I just looked at a minute ago, is the first one, yes. 25. Nope. 25. Force roll 0. Autopilot. And roll 90 is, roll 0 is not correct. Where's the screenshot? Okay. So the solar panels go that way with the ladder on the top. There's a ladder on both sides. I guess it doesn't matter. Go force roll 90. Yeah, that'll put the... Okay, cool. Time warp. I'm debating whether to send a crew up after this module. I think I'm going to, because we've got everything we need to support a crew. And I need to go... Zero angular velocity. And that's way too fast. There we go. Okay, maybe a little bit faster. There we go. The vehicle I'm going to use for crew is... It's a 5-seat Apollo command module with a Pancake service module and launched on an Atlas V. Don't question it. You'll have to wait and see. Oh! What is it doing? What is it doing? Stop! Stop! What was that? Off. What the heck? Oh. Okay. That didn't go well. How much fuel have I got? Plenty. Yeah, that was interesting. True. Everything's intact. We get another try at it. Jev's docking autopilot is not what I would call fuel efficient. We need to turn the speed up. I'm glad I don't have crew on board right now. I think we just gave the flight controllers in Houston a little bit of a heart attack there. I don't know, I think if I was on a space station, I wouldn't want that kind of excitement. Yeah. Imminent death does kind of break the routine. True. Yeah, I wonder how the Crew 1 or the Crew 11 thing is going to affect the ISS crew rotation schedule. Okay. Let's not almost die this time. Capture! I mean, the plan is known. How things work out sometimes doesn't always go the same way the plan goes. Okay, hard capture. Whew. Okay. Let's make a save. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would think they'd do. I don't know, these things just kind of tend to have unexpected ripples. All right. We'll get that back in attitude hold here. Yeah, exactly. There's always ripples and complications. Okay. Let's go to the Space Center. I think we are going to send a crew up now. I think it's the single solid Atlas. I love the single solid Atlas. Maybe my favorite launch vehicle. Yeah, I mean, they only have, what, 3? Okay. This is the vehicle that we use to send crew up. Yeah, it is the single solid Atlas. And then this is the spacecraft. What, you don't like the single solid Atlas? Everyone loves the single solid Atlas. Aw, what have you got against the single solid Atlas? Single solid Atlas just wants a hug. Okay, Why? I don't need another SRB. Alright, I need to warp some days before I can fly. See, SRBs cost money. Well, see, here's the fun thing about the Atlas V. Even if we add another SRB, it's still not symmetrical because of the way the attachment points work. Because it's designed for 5, you know? So it's still off-center. That's the beautiful thing about Atlas V. Oh, warp days, that's right. Yeah, I actually don't know what the margin is on this current vehicle. We'll launch on day 45. Because I try and do a module every 30 days. Day 45, okay. Well, we're about to see how much margin I have. Because it is time to fly. I don't know, we make them buy too many SRBs and they might quit funding it. Alright, and this time we do need crew. Alright, who are we flying here? I don't know, I'll just pick a scientist, a pilot, and an engineer. Large order discount. Alright, let's launch. Hopefully we don't have the Centaur engines explode at staging bug. It's rare, but it happens sometimes. Don't worry about it. I think I might start launching crews on Falcon 9 instead of Atlas. Just because Atlas is... you can't get the core stage engines. And there's only a limited number of Atlases. Yeah, it's an interesting launch vehicle. I logicked and reasoned that it would be okay because Starliner launches on a similar, like, tapered thing. Oh, the video. Oh, yeah. 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 Okay, we're gonna watch this. Interesting. I'll have to do some more research on what they did for Starliner. So this video came up because a rocket of mine did this earlier. Oh, interesting. I love the delayed sonic boom and... or not sonic boom, pressure wave in that video. Alright, back to the launch. Okay, I might have to mess with that then. let's get the target here. Set as target. You know what? We don't need to worry about that. I say it's crew rated, so it's crew rated. It's probably because of the asymmetry and like how it kind of goes sideways off the pad. I will admit, the asymmetrical atlases are very cursed. I will admit that. Okay, yeah. Next launch will be you challenge this crew rating. Auto warp. There we go. Well, if we have the glitch where the second stage, the Centaur engines explode, I may have to. Welcome in. Okay. Standing by for ignition. Ignition. Liftoff. So cursed and I love it. Why is the water doing that thing? That looks very glitched. All right, so if we think the single solid booster Atlas is cursed, what about the triple core Atlas? Yeah, I kind of like the triple core Atlas. That's what I flew the station core on. I have not seen that concept. I would like to see that concept. Something is glitching out with the water. I fear my KSP may be about to crash. Booster separation. There, you happy? Now it's a symmetrical rocket. Time accelerate a little bit. 2 times physics warp should be good. For core throttle down. Kilometers. Core throttle down. Okay, let's see if we survive staging. Shut down. Yay! Centaur ignition. Alright, 4 minutes, 10 seconds. We'll jettison the escape tower. There it goes. Yeah, I don't know why it does that on roll. I haven't been able to figure that out. Now we'll time accelerate to orbit. It only does it with this particular variant, for some reason. The cargo version doesn't do that. Who is this? Come on. Oh, oh! What the heck? This looks AI. That writing looks AI. I don't know. Is this real? That might be real. What the heck is this? That looks so AI. Like, that looks like the kind of rocket that an AI would come up with if you told it to draw a 2-core rocket. Oh, I hate that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's way worse than the Atlas with a single salad. That is beyond cursed. Standing by for orbit. Shut down. Spacecraft SEP. Solar panel deploy. Because I don't need the fuel. It's just an Earth orbital rendezvous vehicle. Welcome in. We are building a space station. I actually just launched the first set of astronauts. And now we're going to go chase down the space station. Let's get rendezvous planner. Intercept with Holman. 2 days. Time warp. Oh, is that cursed tri-solid thing? Time accelerate for 2 days here. Yeah, the cursed tri-solid thing is definitely one of the launch vehicles of all time. Jupiter 2. I would have to look up Jupiter 2, but it's probably really cursed, given the context of the current conversation. Intercept with home and transfer. Execute next. Okay, Jupiter 2. No, I don't want to. I'm not talking about a sci-fi rocket. Oh, we're burning. I'll look at it after I finish this burn. Do we like my asymmetric solar panel? Okay. Oh. These look interesting. I don't like that either. Okay. Rendezvous info. Closest approach. Okay, we need to fine-tune that. Maneuver planner. 150 meters. Okay. Hey, at least the Atlas V with the single solid booster is like a real launch vehicle that has flown. That's my justification. It's a vehicle that they have flown. It's a real configuration. All right. I want to get, okay, 150 meters. Match velocities at closest approach. Nodes. Okay. Is this so? All right. It is. We're quite a ways out still. Four kilometers. 3 kilometers. Okay. I need to stop time accelerating now because it's going to load in. Yeah, the SM is definitely a bit cursed. Minimal design. All it needs to do is have just enough fuel. Yep. Well, you know what? All we need is just enough power. This vehicle is definitely an example of minimum cost and complexity to complete the mission. Okay, we're standing by for braking. Then we've got the 2 solid fuel retrofire motors. True. I don't know how much. Well, the other thing is we do have batteries, so you could also just use battery power on the way down. That's what they did for Skylab. The command modules, because they used fuel cells. They didn't have the capability to restart the fuel cells after that long of a stay, so they just used the batteries for the retrofire and deorbit, or retrofire and deorbit, same thing, for the retrofire and landing. Just have to see. I think the solar panel is pretty overpowered for this vehicle. I'm gonna slow down faster. There we go. Now, where is the station? There's the station. Set as target. I didn't think about solar panel degradation. Hopefully it's okay. Docking autopilot, here we go. Right, don't do anything stupid, please. Everything's hypergolic. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's annoying that all of the space storables are just so corrosive and nasty chemically. to switch to this vessel, take it out of that mode. There we go. We are closing for docking. How much propellant do we have? Over half. This is true. Oh yeah. Oh no, I love fluorine as oxidizer. It's a great oxidizer. Yeah, actually, as he mentioned, I made the variant of the Apollo service module using a engine that uses liquid fluorine and liquid hydrazine as propellant. Fluorine is such a good fuel. It's just too bad it's so horrible chemically. True. What, you don't like fluorine? Fluorine is great stuff. I mean, it's not like your exhaust is hydrofluoric acid or anything. Yeah. All right. We have arrived. Let me make a save. Save game. Crew 1 docked. I love the story of that manhole cover. Let's go. You're the scientist, so let's send you into there. And let's send you into the station core. And you into the station core. Okay, we'll go back to retrograde. All right. I kind of want to take a little tour of the inside of the space station at this point. Now that we are in orbit with the crew, we can go ahead and inflate this. I think this is to the cupola, right? Yes. Sea Dragon. Okay, that's a cool view out the cupola. This would go down into the utility module. It's an airlock. Roger. Have a good sleep. Okay, now only one of these actually goes to a module. That doesn't go to a module. This one. So that's the inflatable hab. What's this? Oh, this is the inflatable hab. Oh, cool. That's the cupola thing. It's a little bit bugged graphically. I really like this mod that lets you just fly through the interior of your station. This is the module. This is the core. All right, back to external view. Okay. Space Center. So SM3 will be the next module to fly. And now we'll need to see which module it is and where it goes. Once it loads, go. Open SM3. Oh yeah, we get another asymmetrical Atlas, the 3-salad version. And this module is... Which module is this thing? This is that one. Science module. Apollo on Titan 4 would be awesome. Okay, so the science module goes... Is that in the screenshot? Yeah. Okay. Open. SM3. Asymmetrical Vulcan. I don't know, Vulcan's not really set up to be asymmetrical, sadly. Or maybe fortunately, depending on how they end up designing it, or how they end up configure. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling. Okay, Slick 41. Launch. Oh, I forgot to warp extra days. It's okay, I can do that now. True. Yeah, you just wouldn't have enough capability to offset that asymmetric. I mean, even with the nozzles canted out, you still have quite a bit of asymmetric torque. Infinite propellant electricity, because I've got a warp. I want day 60. Yep, a little too far. That's okay. Oh, freaking! Thank you. It's just so annoying that it defaults modules to having crew in them. KSP, how many times do I have to tell you I don't put Kerbals in things that don't have launch escape systems? Yeah, the second flight. Yeah, when the nozzle came off. That was crazy. Nozzles should not randomly fall off of your solid rocket boosters. Come on, show me the drop down for launch pads. There we go. The Kerbals really want to fly. Yeah, real. Either that or maybe they're just so scared of my contraptions that I build that they would rather fly on something that is less cursed than some of the other things they've seen. Alright. I'm probably gonna have to warp those days again. Yep. Day 60. There we go. Where is it? Is that it? Yeah, that's in the higher orbit. Last launch of the day? I don't know. We'll have to see. It may end up being, depending on how fast this rendezvous goes. Launch to target LAN. Cheats are all off, right? Yep. Okay, 10 seconds. This one's also going to be interesting. True. If I did that config, though, I'd have to stretch the fairing quite a bit because of the way the modules are sized. It would probably be cheaper, though. That was not Slick 41. For Atlas 5? Interesting. Interesting. Was that for the triple core Atlas or for any of the variants? Welcome it, welcome it. Oh, for the 551, interesting. Okay, I'll let you fly us off. Standing by for booster separation. Booster sip. Yeah. It's too bad. It would have been a really cool launch vehicle. Somewhat cursed, but really cool. Alright, we'll time accelerate a little bit again. Yeah. Delta 4 is also a super cool launch vehicle. Sad that it's discontinued now. I know it's expensive, but still, it's just cool. Fairing separation. Reactor separation. This is just my opinion, but SLS is Delta 5 because they kept the upper stage. Yep. Like, SLS is definitely Delta 5 because they kept the upper stage from Delta 4, right? It's granted it's modified, but it's the Delta 4 upper stage. Well, when they went from Delta 3 to Delta 4, the number stayed consistent. They stayed with the Delta name and they just incremented the number, right? Oh, staging. Ignition. So the number stayed consistent, or the Delta name stayed consistent from Delta 3 to Delta 4. The only commonality between those two vehicles was the upper stage modified. It's the same thing with SLS. The only commonality is the upper stage, but that's enough of a similarity to keep the Delta name. There's a precedent for that, Delta 3 to Delta 4. Just saying. Delta 5 heavy. That would be cursed. You'd need 3 core stages and 6 solids. I don't like that. I don't like that. True. Yeah, ICPS is just such an underpowered stage for that launch vehicle. I don't know. I know UL is not responsible for the SLS, but the SLS will always be Delta 5 to me. It always will be. Yeah, even EUS is just an underpowered stage. Exactly. Like, you need that kind of performance in an upper stage to really get the most out of that launch vehicle. Okay. Extend docking probe. Extend these radiators. Where is the solar? Here we go. Yeah. I mean, you could do an upper stage that's... I mean, I guess even if you did something that's the same diameter as the core stage, that's what they're doing with the EUS. Yeah. Now, we should just do what they would have done during the Apollo program. Just raise the roof on the VAB. Some of those Saturn variants they proposed were crazy. Okay. I need to... Yeah, I designed a launch vehicle one time that barely fit out of the VAB doors. It fit by like a couple meters. Obviously including launch tower, but that launch vehicle was actually also all LOX LH2. That was a pretty cool launch vehicle, 53 metric tons to TLI. I think we're going to have a very bad case facing for this orbit. Intercept with Hellman. Maybe not. We're running an hour and 15 minutes? Okay. I'm going to have to deal with that cursed braking situation again. Hopefully this one goes better. Yeah. I don't know. It's... If you want to do a proper super heavy, you can't just like piece together reused hardware. You've got to just, I'm not gonna say start from scratch, but you've got to be willing to design stuff from scratch. Like with SLS, if they used the RS-68B instead of the RS-25, you would only need 3 engines on the core stage. So it would be lighter and a heck of a lot cheaper. Yeah. I don't know, it's like the politicians should not be designing our launch vehicle. Because like Congress directed NASA to use shuttle hardware. True. But like it's solvable though. And it would make the vehicle a heck of a lot cheaper and simpler, because other than the thermal environment issues, obviously. But like you 3 engines, so cheaper, and like your thrust structure would just be simpler. which would lower manufacturing costs. Like, yeah. I mean, it isn't a but like that, like, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, you couldn't do it with a current designed SLS. But when SLS is still a concept on paper, that's when you would need to design for it. Like, I'm not saying an upgrade to the SLS. Yeah, you'd have to figure that out. That would be an issue. Maybe we shouldn't be using SRBs on a human-rated launch vehicle. I mean, the Delta IV does set itself on fire. I will have to admit that. Okay. How are we doing? 6 kilometers. We're gonna have to do a maneuver. 150, create node. Well, they kind of had a similar issue during the shuttle development because the for the SSME thermal environment, I mean SLS is worse, but SRBs just cause problems. Just approach 3 kilometers, 2 kilometers. Yeah. I don't know though, would the RS-68s even have the same issue because they're ablative nozzles? I don't know, you might need to... Yeah, you might need to redesign the nozzle now that I'm thinking about it. Because they're not ablative from the outside. Yeah. I mean, what if you put, like... I mean, I guess you couldn't do that, because then you'd have thermal issues from the RS-68s. Yeah. I mean, you could put more ablator on the outside of the nozzle. It wouldn't probably work as well. It wouldn't probably work, though, because it's not the same type of heat flux. It's more of a heat flux versus, you know, a really intense source of heat, like the inside of the nozzle is. All right, we're gonna start burning at 3 minutes in this case. Yeah. This is why engineering is hard. It's alright, we're gonna start burning now. I mean, like, yeah, that's the real issue. Something like the Saturn, you don't need. Yeah, you don't need that on a first stage. The Saturn really is ideal. You've got a big LOX RP1 first stage, get you up out of the dense part of the atmosphere, and then you can use LOX LH2 to do the push for orbit. Yeah, I mean, nowadays with the technology we have now, yeah, methane. Really, it's just the density of hydrogen that gets you. Yeah. The Saturn V is such a good design. And then you've got a big LOX LH2 stage to get you most of the way to orbit. And then you've let a relatively small third stage finish it off. The fins on the Saturn V, I do not. Exactly. But why are they there? I've never really connected that in my mind. Like, why are the fins there if we have the gimbal capability? I guess I'd never really thought about it. Alright, I need to... That's funny. That sounds like early NASA. I mean, the pods that the fins mount on, like, those give the thrust structure more room to, like, support the 5 engines. Interesting. I didn't know that it was just a thing that they had to add. That's funny. Ah. That's pretty funny. All right. Let's get... I'm actually going to wait for daylight before I dock this, maybe. No, I'm not. That's too long of a wait. But which side? It's this side, isn't it? Set as target. Control from here. Docking autopilot. That's pretty funny. That is off. That's what caused me problems last time. Override, override. 25. And there's Atlas 5411. Yeah, adding stuff to the rocket to make it look cool, and then the single solid Atlas are like polar opposites, and it's funny. And which way? So it's got that thing and a window on the top. Both sides have that. But that's correct. That rendezvous actually went pretty smoothly. How many saves do I have? Next save will be number 4. I am gonna go... This is true. Honestly, though, the lunar module is like perfection in engineering. Alright, we can close the distance and dock. Hopefully we don't do another thing. Let's slow it down. Okay, off. Capture. Retract probe. All right. Another module. Let me save. Retrograde force roll 0. Let's see. I've got a physics class. No, physics class isn't Monday. Let's see. Yeah, I do have a physics class. And I have a physics class and a planetary science class. It is today for me. It's 1:56 here. Why are we turning? Yep. Yeah, my sleep schedule is non-existent. Nope, Midwest. It's chilly, but not like, you know, frigid yet. All right, let's save. Save game. SM3 docked. Yeah, it I keep saying they should start calling spring semester the semester of ice, because there is no spring about it. It is just ice and cold. Lights. Indiana. Yeah. Okay, so we have. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Let's move the scientist into this module. Let's look at the new cockpit. Why are we in here? Why did all three of them go to the station core? You're the scientist, so you go to the science module. Ooh, cool cockpit. Does this go? Where's this go? That goes back to the node. And then this must go to the new docking port. Yep. Okay. What's it doing? My space station is going crazy. Yeah. Well, as long as there's no math, or not a lot of math with the orbital mechanics. Like, I intuitively kind of understand orbital mechanics, but if you try and make me work the math behind orbital mechanics, it doesn't go well. I hope so. Yeah. I don't know. Maths. All right, let's. I think, yeah, we've got time for another module. No, wait, do we? What time is this stream scheduled to end? I have to look at my own channel to figure out what time the stream is supposed to end. Where is the thing? Ugh, thermo. Heck no. I am not. No, thermo, no, yuck. I know I'm probably gonna have to, well, I know I'm gonna have to deal with it, but, ugh. Content, where is the thing? Settings, stream, here we go. No channel. Schedule. I got another half hour. Yeah, we have time for another module. All right. I'll warp to day 90. This is true. Ugh, dynamics. I'm not looking forward to dynamics. That's gonna be, ugh. All right, that's an upper. We're just gonna terminate some upper stages. That's an upper stage. That's the station. I don't know why it's called that, but that's an upper stage. That's an upper stage. All right, leave facility. Let's get the next launch queued up. All right, let's get the launch vehicle. Actually, I'm glad I remembered, I need to screenshot the station so that I know which module to, or where to dock the next module. I think it goes opposite the thing, because the centrifuge goes up last. Okay, so there's the station. All right, let's screenshot this. Open. I am well, it's complicated because I'm switching majors, so it depends on how many credits will switch over to the new major. F1 first. Will that screenshot all my screens or just the one I'm looking at? Okay, this is, yeah, that's that module. Just KSP. Oh, nice. Yeah, I can never remember shortcut keys in programs. And we'll launch this from like 40. 1. Interesting. So yeah, per years, like only by year, I would be a junior. But since I'm switching majors, not all of those credits are going to transfer to the new major, so it just depends. I'm switching from aerospace engineering. I'm going to go into... Oh, this one's going to try and do the upside down thing again. I'm planning on going into either chemistry, or if I did chemistry, I wouldn't have to deal with thermo or any of those. So either chemistry or like planetary science, something like that. Control. Okay, now it's not going to do the upside down thingy. Set as target. Launch into plane of target. Launch to target land. I think this is a 2 solid rocket booster. Why switching from aerospace? Math. It's just too much math. I took calculus 2 3 times and didn't pass it any of the 3 times. And I don't know. There's something about the math. Like, I don't like it. And it's just, I realized, it helped me realize that maybe aerospace engineering's not actually the thing for me. So it worked out for the best. Liftoff. It is what it is. I really love chemistry. Like, my second semester, you had to pick a second science elective. You know, I'm sure if I took it somewhere else, it would be easier. And I'll probably end up doing that, because I'll need the Calc 2 credit for a lot of majors. But like, I love chemistry. Like, my second semester, you had to pick a second science elective. And most people would do Gen Chem 1 first semester and physics second semester. Purdue. And like, the Purdue math department is, it's bad. But like, most people would do Gen Chem 1 first semester and Physics 1 second semester. I didn't want to do physics because physics I wasn't interested in. I knew I'd have to do it, but I did Gen Chem 2 second semester. And people were like, why are you taking that? Because I like chemistry. And then third semester I did Organic Chemistry 1. And people are like, why are you taking that? Organic chemistry is horrible. I'm like, I like chemistry, leave me alone. So, I don't know, I really love chemistry. So then I was like, well, I'm going to get a chemistry minor. Because, like, I already have all these courses towards it. So, I don't know. Alright. We are waiting for core throttle program. I do that? I can... Okay. I think I did. Oh, perfect. Alright. We are almost to core throttle program. Go ahead and let the fairing go. Okay, core throttle program. Staging. Set to our ignition. time acceleration here. All right. Are almost to orbit. Right. Shutdown. Payload SIP. Okay. What's forward? Okay, so this is forward, or what it thinks is forward. So you want these. Okay, I need to set show forward by throttle. 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 All right, let's figure out phasing orbit. Rendezvous, maneuver planner, rendezvous planner. Intercept with Hohmann. A day, 18 hours on phasing orbit. All right, we got an hour. All nodes, intercept with Hohmann. Just keep next. Okay. How are we doing on propellant? Plenty. Ignition. closest approach. So it took about almost done with the maneuver here. Shut down. And I need to fine-tune this. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Shut down. Okay, and match velocities at closest approach. Okay, and I need 57. We still, yep, 150 meters. Let's start at 145. We'll start braking. And it's loading. Don't crash. I don't like how long it's hanging. Come on. Yeah, KSP is really thinking. What's task manager saying? Oh, there we go. Good. No, don't time accelerate. Don't time accelerate. There we go. That was scary. gonna blow past it again. I can go ahead and extend the docking ring, the docking probe. I never did extend the solar panels either. Okay, I don't have to hold translate anymore. Yeah, we're gonna blow past it. Actually, this might work out just about right. For once, we're arriving in daylight. And which port do we go to? Go to the one opposite the other inflatable thingy. So this one. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of manual flying here. Actually, really well timed. I'm very surprised how well that worked out. That was totally by accident and not skill, how well that was timed. We're just gonna do a little flyby here, get on the other side, and then we'll do the docking. All right, we can do the docking autopilot now. 0.5. We'll go 10 and 25. And what's the orientation for the solar panels? They're on the same plane with, okay. That's correct. And I need to switch to the station. To go kill rotation. And switch back. Okay. Go for docking. Capture. Retract probe. There we go. There's one more module, but I mean, I could fly it tonight, but it's stream was supposed to end 4 minutes ago. I'll go ahead and get this finished deploying and everything. There we go. Inflate. Turn the lights on. I kind of want to check out the inside of that module. Let's look at the cockpit. The new module. Is this? Yeah, that's the... Yeah. I'll be back Tuesday, so I might do it then. I don't honestly know what I'm going to do on stream Tuesday yet. That's the science module. What is... That's outside. That's... This is another outside. Yeah, that's else. That's the spacecraft. It's a little chaotic in here with all the hatches open. Oh, this is the new module. There we go. Kind of a cool module, actually. Is this the way back to the core? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Control from here. Retrograde force roll. Well, other than that last module, that is it. I will make sure I make a save. I don't want to forget that. Save. I think I was on what, 4? Yeah. Save game. 05. SM4 duct. Save. All right. Let's see. I think I broke something. No, I didn't. All right. So that was honestly went pretty good. My computer usually breaks when I try and do KSP, so let's see. Who can I read? Anybody playing KSP? I don't think so. Let's see. Roger. See ya. I might just end stream. I can't really find anybody to raid, so I will see you Tuesday. Maybe more KSP, maybe some Minecraft, maybe some Orbiter Spaceflight Simulator. We'll just have to see. I don't know.